Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the Minaal Packing Cubes 3.0, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So these packing cubes are made out of a super light, rugged 40G ripstop nylon, and it is very, very light. They are surrounded by the ripstop nylon on all sides except the top, which has a nice mesh to it to allow for breathability. They also have YKK zippers on all 3 sets. They come in a set of 3 basically. You get 2 small ones and 1 large one, and the 2 basically fill the size, are about the same size as a large one. Let's see. The YKK zippers are fairly smooth. I will say that sometimes, depending on how much you put in them, they do tend to get caught like around the corners, but it's not like anything huge. The material is somewhat loud as well. It's not like a huge problem, but like as you can kind of see, just kind of like handling it, it has like a papery sound to it. And I think that's just like the ripstop nylon. It has like a diamond texture to it. This is one of the small ones, and so I've filled them up with just like some example clothing like I would take for a vacation or something like that. And so I'll get into the inside and unpack one of these just to kind of show and like tell what was able to fit. They fit a decent amount. I will say that they're pretty much just like basic packing cubes. They don't have any kind of compression or anything like that, but they definitely feel very like rugged and durable, even though they're still very, very lightweight. And so when empty, they kind of like compress, and you can like fold them flat and throw them out of the way if you unpack your clothes or you need to store them for later. There's a small amount of branding on the top, and I really like this because on all 3, as you can see here, they use the logo in order to differentiate each one. So between these, like there's the blue logo, a red logo, and then the black logo, but the black is obviously bigger, so it's already kind of distinct in and of itself. But this is super helpful because I would put this in my bag like facing up, and then I would be able to tell like what was what in each. So I really like that aspect of it. So taking a look at this one in particular, this one is the red. Scoop that out of the way. I was able to fit a decent amount in here. It opens up all the way. See, this is exactly what I meant with the zipper. Sometimes it gets a little caught on the corner. So this one I designated like tank tops and like beach wear essentially. So I just have a bunch of tank tops and shirts that I would wear like to the beach. And so it was able to fit a decent amount, 6 tank tops. And as you can see inside, it has basically just like a little label for the size. And inside, like you can pretty much see through this. Like it's very, very thin. And I think that it has, like I mentioned before, that kind of papery sound, even when like it's just by itself. But because of that, it tends to be able to like fold down really, really flat to the point where it doesn't take up like any space at all, which I found very nice, especially like unpacking from a flight or getting to my destination, etc. Inside, it's basically just like an area. This has a little bit of structure so that it stands up, which made it a little bit easier, but before it was a little difficult because it kind of just like would collapse in on itself, which was somewhat annoying. But once you like get it situated, it does keep its form a little bit. So that definitely helps when packing and unpacking stuff. So this was the small, and then the small basically is half of the large. And so in this one, I just have like jeans, a pair of like formal attire, like slacks and a dress shirt, a polo, and then another pair of shorts was able to fit in this one. And as you can see, it is a little bulbousy, but it still keeps its shape nicely. It's still malleable, so if you need to like really compress it in and like squeeze it into some luggage, you can definitely do that. So in the red one, I had tank tops and I rolled them up to see if I was able to fit more or less depending on how I folded them. And so with these, I rolled them. With this one, this has t-shirts in it, and I just kind of folded them in order to like stack them on top of each other. And I was able to fit 4 regular t-shirts. So I think they fit a decent amount. I like that you can kind of use whatever method you prefer, whether or not you like to roll or whether or not you like to fold. I will say with these smaller ones, it was easier to roll tank tops, but I don't know if the t-shirts would have worked as well rolled up. So I just ended up folding them, but that is my personal preference specifically. But as you can see, it still keeps its shape and is very light and very thin, so you can just throw it out of the way when you don't need it. So there you have it, the Minaal Packing Cubes 3.0. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.